at your hands. Look at your life. What do you see? Smooth skin, maybe. A few calluses if you're lucky. Or do you see the marks? The rough patches? The lines etched deep from nights you didn't sleep? From days you pushed when every bone in your body screamed to stop? Most people hide those marks, cover them with excuses, bury them under a smile, pretend they're nothing. Not you. Not today. Today you're going to look at those scars. Every scratch, every bruise, every tear you've clawed your way through, and you're going to see them for what they really are. Currency. Cold, hard cash in a trade more brutal than anything Wall Street ever dreamed up. Every failure, every late night, every time you dragged yourself through the mud. It's not just survival. It's a deposit, a payment, a price you pay for power, for grit, for a resolve so deep it'll outlast anything life throws at you. This isn't some fairy tale about everything happens for a reason. No. Life doesn't hand out lessons wrapped in bows. It hands you a shovel and points to the dirt. You dig, you bleed, you fall, and what you get in return isn't a pat on the back. It's a scar, a mark that says you paid up. Think about it. That night you stayed up past midnight, hunched over a desk, wrestling with a project you didn't even want to touch. Your eyes burned, your head throbbed, but you kept going. That's a scar. That morning you woke up after 3 hours of sleep, legs like lead, and still laced up your shoes to run because you'd promised yourself you would. That's a scar. That time you bombed, missed the deadline, tanked the interview, let the doubt win, and still got back up, fists clenched, ready to swing again. That's a scar. These aren't pretty little footnotes in your story. They're the coins you drop into the grinder, the toll you pay to buy something most people will never touch. Strength. The world doesn't tell you this. It sells you polish, perfect lives, quick fixes, 10-step plans to be your best self without breaking a sweat. That's a lie. A cheap, shiny trinket dangled in front of the weak. Real growth, real power, it's not clean. It's not painless. It's a trade, and the cost is steep. You don't get grit by coasting. You get it by grinding through the dark, by hauling yourself over jagged edges, by taking the hits and keeping your eyes open while the blood runs. Every scar you earn is a transaction. One step out of the muck, one brick in the wall of who you're becoming. The deeper the cut, the darker the struggle, the richer you get. Not in bank accounts or likes, but in something heavier, something raw. Resolve. The kind that stares down a storm and doesn't blink. You've felt it, haven't you? That moment when you're neck deep in it, exhausted, doubting, one breath from giving up, and something kicks in, something feral. You push anyway. You finish the set, write the page, take the call, even when your hands shake and your chest burns. That's the trade happening right there. You're not just surviving, you're buying in, paying with sweat, with frustration, with every ounce of will you've got left. And what you get back? A scar, a notched line on your soul that says, I was here, I fought, I paid. Most people run from that. They dodge the late nights, the failures, the mud. They want the prize without the price. They end up broke, smooth-skinned and empty-handed, wondering why they feel so hollow. Not you. You're in the market, trading every brutal moment for something they'll never understand. Let's get real. You've got scars already. Plenty of them, if you're honest. That time you poured weeks into something. A dream, a job, a relationship, and it crumbled anyway. You didn't just lose. You felt it collapse, brick by brick, until you were standing in the rubble, hands raw from trying to hold it together. That scarred you. Or those mornings you woke up to a list of things you swore you'd tackle. But by nightfall, Half of it was still staring back, mocking you. Procrastination won, and it left its mark. Maybe it's the late nights you've spent alone, wrestling with a choice, quit or keep going, while the clock ticked past 2 a.m. and your sanity frayed. Those aren't just memories, they're payments, deposits in a currency the soft will never touch. But here's the twist. Those scars aren't just proof you made it through. They're the wealth you carry. Every time you fell and got back up, every time you pushed past the breaking point, you didn't just survive, you cashed in. That failure that gutted you, it bought you a thicker skin. That night you worked until your vision blurred, it paid for a resolve that doesn't bend. That slog through the mud, literal or not, when you wanted to quit but didn't, that's grit, stamped into you like a coin pressed from iron. The darker the struggle, the bigger the payout. The world sees scars as flaws, ugly little reminders of what went wrong. You see them as capital. The more you've got, the richer you are in what matters. Think about the people who've made it, the ones who stand taller than the rest, who walk through life like they own it. You think they got their scar free? Hell no. They've got gashes you can't even see, late nights that turned into years, failures that hit like freight trains, moments they dragged themselves forward when every muscle begged to stop. They didn't dodge the trade, they leaned into it. They paid with every ounce of themselves, every doubt swallowed, every rejection endured, every time they chose the hard road over the handouts. Their scars aren't regrets, they're their fortune, their power, and yours can be too. You're not new to this. You've been trading all along, even if you didn't name it. That breakup that left you hollow, staring at the ceiling for hours. You paid with tears and got back a spine that doesn't break so easy now. That job you lost, the one you thought defined you, until you had to scrape by and rebuild. You paid with pride and bought a hunger that doesn't quit. That time you set a goal, run a mile, write a book, save a buck, and fell short, only to try again and again until you crossed the line. You paid with shame and cashed in resilience. You're already in the game. You've got a wallet full of scars, and it's heavier than you think. But here's the catch. This trade doesn't work if you don't see it through. You can't half-ass it. You can't pay the price and then hide the scars like there's something to be ashamed of. You've got to own them. Wear them like armor. Stack them like gold bars. Every time you fail, every time you push past the edge, you're not just earning a mark. You're building a vault. A reserve of strength that no one can touch, that no bad day can drain. The soft ones out there, the ones who dodge the grind, who coast through life looking for the easy exit, they'll never know that wealth. They'll stay broke, unmarked, untested. You're different. You're in the dirt, trading blows with life, piling up a fortune in scars that'll carry you further than they'll ever dream. So what's it going to be? You've got a choice right now. You can keep drifting. Let the days slide by. Dodge the hard stuff. Keep your hands clean and your soul light. Or you can step into the trade. Pay up. Take the late nights, the failures, the slog through the muck, and turn them into something tangible. Something you can feel in your bones. Every scar's a coin. Every struggle's a payout. The deeper you go, the richer you get. You're not here to play it safe. You're here to buy power with every drop of sweat and every ounce of will you've got left. Look at your scars. Count them. They're not wounds. They're your wealth. Start trading. Start now. You've heard the deal. You feel the weight of it. This isn't just talk. It's a way to live. A way to turn every brutal moment into something you can hold. Something that makes you stronger. Here's how you take this scars as currency trade and make it real, day in, day out. These aren't gentle tips. They're your tools to pay the price and stack the wealth. Commit to them, and you'll see what you're worth. Step 1. Face the grind, chase the scar. Start today. Pick one thing you've been avoiding, something hard, something that'll cost you. A workout that leaves you gasping, a task you've dodged for weeks, a call you'd rather skip. Don't ease in. Dive straight into the deep end. Set a time. 6 p.m. You're doing it. No excuses. Push until it hurts, until your lungs burn, your hands shake, your brain begs for a break. That's the payment. When it's done, feel the scar forming. Write it down if you have to. Ran 3 miles, paid with sweat. That's your first coin. Do this daily. Chase the struggle, earn the mark. Step 2. Catalog your vault. Track the trade. Get a notebook, a scrap of paper, something rough and real. Every night, list the scars you earned that day. Not just the wins, the costs too. Stayed up till 1 a.m. finishing the proposal. Scar of exhaustion. Missed the deadline but started over. Scar of failure. Be specific. Where did it hurt? What did you give? Then note what it bought. Grit to keep going. Proof I don't quit. Keep it raw. Keep it honest. Stack those entries like a ledger. Watch your wealth grow. Look back weekly. See the fortune you're building. Step 3. Wear the marks. Own the pain. Stop hiding. When you fail, when you push, when you pay, don't shrug it off or play it small. Tell yourself, this is my trade. Miss a goal? Say it out loud. I paid with this stumble. I bought a lesson. Work late? Flex it. I traded sleep for progress. When someone asks why you're tired, don't mutter rough day. Say, I've been in the dirt, earning. Wear your scars like a badge. Let them remind you what you're trading for. Shift your mind. Pain isn't a loss. It's a purchase. Step 4. Raise the stakes. Pay more. Get more. Once a week, up the ante. Pick a bigger price. A scar that cuts deeper. Run double your usual distance. Tackle a project that scares you. Say no to something easy when every fiber wants yes. Set a deadline. Sunday, it's done. Push past the edge. Past where you'd normally stop. When you're shaking, doubting, ready to crack. That's the sweet spot. Pay it. Earn it. Write that scar down. Ran 10K, legs dead, bought endurance. The darker the struggle, the richer the payout. Keep raising it. Your vault's got room. Step 5. Spend the currency. Use the wealth. Those scars aren't just to hoard. They're to spend. When life hits, a setback, a doubt, a day that feels like quicksand, reach into that vault. Remember the late nights, the falls, the mud you crawled through. Tell yourself, I've paid for this. I've got the scars to prove it. Use them. Let them steady your hands, harden your voice, push your feet forward. You're not starting from zero. You're cashing in a fortune you've already earned. Lean on it daily. It's yours to burn. Step 6. Mark the milestones. Celebrate the trade. Every month, pause. Look at your ledger, your scars, your stack of payments. Pick one that stands out. Failed the pitch but pitched again. Worked 3 nights straight, and mark it. Scratch a tally on your wall, tattoo it if you're bold, or just sit with it in the dark. That's not a pat on the back. That's a nod to the trade. You paid, you bought, you're richer for it. Then set the next milestone, another scar, another coin. Keep trading. Don't stop. This is your life now, a relentless exchange. You'll fail some days, pay with shame, buy resilience. You'll push others, pay with sweat, buy power. Every scar's a coin, every struggle's a deal. You're not here to stay smooth. You're here to get marked, to get rich in what counts. Start today. Pay up. Stack the vault. The trade's open, and it's yours to run. That's the trade laid out for today, warriors. To all you GrimFace warriors out there, the ones who've been in the dirt with me, stacking scars, trading every brutal moment for power, thank you. You're the blood in this movement, the ones who don't flinch at the price, who turn the mud and the late nights into a fortune of grit. You're not just here, you're paying up, building something real, and I'm damn honored to have you in this fight. You keep the vault heavy, and that's what makes us unstoppable. And to the fresh faces watching, the ones just feeling the weight of this deal, welcome to the GrimFace movement. You've tasted it, haven't you? That itch to stop dodging the scars and start trading them instead, to turn the hard stuff into currency. This isn't just a video, it's your shot to step into the grind, to pay the price and claim the wealth. Don't sit there counting scratches. Hit that subscribe button, join the movement, and get in the trade with us. We're not here to coast or crumble. We're here to bleed, to build, to rise. You've got a place among the GrimFace warriors if you're ready to pay up. Subscribe, stack your scars, and let's get rich in this together. See you in the next deal.